Hello everyone, welcome back to the New Hampshire Business Show. My name is Chris Pastrana, and today we're here with Suzanne Steele of Balanced Wellness LLC. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Cool, so let's get started. Tell me a little bit about yourself and the business.
Well, the business name is Balanced Wellness, and it's really something that my husband and I kind of came to 21 years ago.
Oh wow.
Actually, I tell people I fell into this business. Actually, it was by accident. I had a little car accident about 24 years ago.
Yeah.
Totaled my car, broke my neck, had a halo on, one of those rigs that get screwed into your head for 3 months.
Oh wow.
And had that taken off and hurt for 3 years.
Oh wow, that sucks.
Yeah, it was a challenge, and so we started a journey looking for solutions to bringing me back to better wellness.
Okay. You know, I think that's one of my favorite things about wellness companies is across the board, what I hear is, you know, they went through something, an event or an illness or sickness, and that's how it all starts. And I love that. It's so cool to listen to and watch, and you know, people try to turn their own problems into a life for other people.
That's exactly true. I mean, that's what it was for me. And people say, oh, that's terrible that you broke your neck. I said, no, because I don't think I would have ever taken a look at this to just look at it from prevention standpoint. I need to get better. You know, I needed that impetus to get myself going, and now it is about helping other people, you know, live better lives.
Yeah. Cool. So how do you do it?
It's about having conversations like this, Chris.
Okay.
You know, finding out where someone may be out of balance in their life.
Mm-hmm.
What caught my attention, I was in the corporate world.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, for 29 years.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about balance there. It was about stress. It was about their bottom line at the expense of my life. And you know what I've learned is that most people are, you know, juggling, you know, those balls in the air, whether it be work and family, and it's usually at the expense of their health or their family's health or relationships. And when I saw this company's philosophy of bringing balance back to someone's life and what we call our 5 pillars or 5 life concepts of having a healthy mind, body, family, society, and finances, all are important, and that's what really caught my attention initially.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, when you talk about corporate, I got that. Like, I speak with so many businesses. Mine are more on the small end.
Okay.
But when I definitely see bigger businesses, there's this, like, I don't know when it is, but there's a point when they go from, you know, just being normal people to they work either way too much, like lawyers, bankers, probably, like, especially when you get to the high end.
Yes.
They crush themselves under, you know, 100+ hours a week of just meaningless work.
They do. They do. And then they look back 30 years, where did my life go, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, it's one of those, I don't think it's called the 80-20 rule. It might be the 80-20 rule, whatever. But, you know, generally speaking, you know, would you rather make $40,000 and work 20 hours a week, or make $100,000 and work 100 hours a week? You know,
That's an easy one.
Yeah, there's a little bit more money there, but what do you lose in the exchange?
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And so I was on call 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
And I was making good money, but then when, you know, my health went south, I was able to get back to part-time work, and when I started this business, I was able to earn extra income on the side.
Yeah.
Start a side gig, and realized I was feeling a lot better, helping other people.
Yeah.
And it just felt better.
Cool. So let's get into it a little bit. Tell me a little bit more about Balanced Wellness.
Well, what we do from a big picture is we create what we call wellness homes.
Okay.
So when I say wellness home to you, Chris, what do you think of?
A wellness home. How do I word it? I won't take too long answering the question. But when I think of home, I don't want to say ecosystem, but like almost the environment you live in being well. And like you mentioned, there's quite a few facets to wellness depending on which model you're working on.
Yes.
So generally you want all of them working in some type of equilibrium with each other.
Yes.
That's what I'll leave it there, or I'll take all day.
Yes. So it's true. It's like creating that environment. So it's
Yeah.
like a greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we utilize some product-based solutions that allow people to sleep better,
Mm-hmm.
have better water,
Okay.
some better whole food, organic type, traditional nutrition, skin, things that you're putting on your body, in your
Yeah.
body. And so the products are what got me started.
Yeah.
Because after hurting for 3 years and not wanting to live on ibuprofen for the rest of my life, in 15 minutes I felt like a human being again. So my criteria was the product's safe and effective, and the answer was yes. So for me, that got me excited to share it with other people.
Yeah.
But it's more than just products. It's a company that wants to give back to society. We have these wonderful scholarships for families, for children going to college,
Yeah.
which is probably a pretty big financial burden for most families.
I can assume so.
Yeah, we have 2 cats, well, 1 cat now, but neither of them are going to college. But
Yeah. That would be interesting in school.
it would be. But I have had a couple of friends, 3 that I know of, that have been able to have their college tuition paid for, including 4 years of medical school.
Wow.
So, that's one of those side benefits that we offer to people who want to make a difference in other people's lives.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
Thanks.
Cool. So, what I really like is I was kind of like looking at your card for people want to look at it right there. I like that income is brought into it because, one, we're a business show. A lot of people, how do I word it? When they look at wellness, or from what I've seen across the board, finances and income often aren't brought in. And, there's 1,000 companies out there that'll tell you, yeah, you need to sleep more, you need to, eat better. That's pretty common.
Sure.
Budget and, how I said budget and finances can be equally or more crushing to your personal health and a relationship
It sure is.
than almost anything out there. So I like that's kind of worked in there too.
It really is finances is the number one source of stress
Yeah.
for most people. And it can crush relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea that we offer people, if you look in the back of my card, and it shows the key qualities that I look for in
Yeah.
people, that this might be a right fit for them. It isn't
Mhm.
the right fit for everyone, but for some people, people who smile, like to help other people,
Yeah.
and I like to ask for people who have batteries included, people who are self-starters,
Yeah.
and want to make a difference in other people's lives. Want to make an impact, want to leave the world in a better place than where it is right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think any improvement is probably a better.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's too funny.
And I think what caught my attention too is this company's been around for 43 years.
Yeah.
The company's name is Niken.
Okay.
Nikken. And I always tell people it's like your knee
Yeah.
and Barbie's boyfriend.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
That's how we pronounce it.
Niken. Yeah.
Niken.
Okay. So talk a little bit about Niken. That's kind of.
It started in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, just like I started with my own story, the founder's story, Mr. Masuda, had a son with a health challenge. And in Japan, the idea of magnetics is something that people are very familiar with. And he was a humble man of humble means and went door to door and asked people to try these magnetic insoles to see if they'd help a given person. And with that one beginning, the company became the fastest growing company in Japanese history.
Wow. Faster
than Toyota and Sony. And you probably hadn't heard of Nikken before I walked in here today.
No, I mean, I've heard a lot of businesses, but I don't think so.
Okay. So they started, you know, in Japan. We're a global company. We've been in the U.S. since 1989.
Yeah.
But it's through this word of mouth, getting to know someone, because the products that we offer are very experiential. So, you know, if you saw something on the store shelf, it wouldn't really do it for you. You'd say, whatever. But by me connecting with another person, finding out where their needs are, that's where the true value is really connecting with someone and helping them.
Nice. It's a very interesting business model, and I see it more and more now because it's pretty effective and pretty powerful. And I like it specifically because a lot of old school businesses don't do it that way, especially here in the U.S. And when you have companies that actually act like that, they just seem to do way better because they're not so, I don't even know how to, they're not as corrupt. That makes sense?
It does make sense, because, you know, there aren't all those layers.
Yeah.
You know, the company is based in California now, the world headquarters.
Okay.
And we're the marketing arm. You know, we're the ones that have had good experiences, and there's not all of those layers in between.
Yeah.
And so I'm able to not only help myself and my family, but those people that have those qualities and want to do something more or do something in addition to what they're doing.
Yeah.
And feel their passion. It works really well.
Yeah. Is it an MLM type breakdown? Okay.
It is. It's network marketing,
Yeah.
multi-level.
Okay.
Yep. We kind of have a hybrid type of system.
Yeah.
You know, we look for customers, you know, because we can change their lives.
Yeah.
And then we also look for those business partners that want to, you know, fit this into their life.
Yeah.
And it works. It works when you work it. You know, it's not a hobby.
Yeah.
And I do work with incredible business leaders. We have this amazing network of people that are from the health field to people who drive trucks to teachers to lunch people. It doesn't matter what your background is. It matters what's right here.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And because as you were talking, I'm like, it sounds like an MLM. And
definitely.
I always laugh when I get to this point, because it's like, because MLMs because like I'm kind of old school sales, or I was before I left my last job. So, you know, car sales and stuff like that. So in the sales world, people, you know, they kind of laugh at MLMs. But then because I sit down with so many people in that type of role, and I get to hear how the company likes to do business, I kind of, I get stuck, and I'm like, you know, I think there's a couple reasons, and I think you had said it's not a hobby. So, and I think too many people take it that way. So that actually gives it a bad rap, because too many people, you know, kind of play in the field. But the companies themselves do so much more philanthropic. Is that the word? They do things for the community. They do a lot of like charity work and stuff like that. Much more so in that format than in the more traditional formats. So I'm like, I get what they're saying with the MLMs, but the MLMs do so much more for everybody.
They do. And I think a lot of the network marketing or MLM companies have products that far superior to other companies.
Yeah.
We have to. But I think just like in any business, I think if people they're either not educated about our industry, or they've run into a bad network marketers.
Yeah.
It's not that the industry is bad, it's just that they've run into people that really didn't have their best interest at heart.
Yeah. And I think that's it. Like, there's, we could say it, the first way where I said it, they're kind of a hobby, or again, the ones who just, they don't go about it very well. And I think that puts a bad rap on them for a lot of people.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. And you have to educate yourself.
Yeah.
Being in this industry for 21 years,
Yeah.
I am proud to say that I'm part of this.
Yeah.
It is a profession for me. I take it seriously. I've read, hundreds of books, been to a lot of different trainings, mentor with the top business leaders, and I know without a doubt that this is a viable business model if it's done in the right way.
Yeah.
I was an economics major in college, and unfortunately it wasn't taught in schools then. It is now, but not 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But it if done correctly, and if you partner with a company that has the Harvard Rule of 4, products that nobody has and everyone needs, products that are priced for profit, and products that people can afford. Those are things that are important. And if you have a company whose mission is in alignment with yours, and it's a company that's going to be around, well, we've been around for 43 years, debt-free. It's those are important factors, whether you're going to get a job or you're going to start your own business. You've got a team already in place that's there to help support you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do like something you mentioned now. You said you've been working for them for 21 years?
21 years.
21 years?
Yes.
So I like that, because a lot of times when I get MLM or network marketers here on the show, it's a year, maybe a year and a half. And I think with the exception of you and one other person who came on my show before, that's a very long time to be working. And I feel like that, especially for one that didn't really, I want to say, not come into existence, but become, a talking point in the last, decade or so. So it's very interesting to see someone who's been in it for so long, and that's kind of cool.
And I'll tell you, Chris, I'm so glad now that I took a look because of my health, but I was laid off. My job became, I was laid off because they said the job no longer existed, even though I had to train people for 4 months before I left.
Yeah.
And thank God I had this additional income.
Yeah.
That then I could grow into a full-time income.
Yeah. So
many people need that nowadays because, you never know if you have a job going into work.
Yes.
29 years.
Yes. And that's actually, I think I spoke with him about it. But the last gentleman I had in here today, he was running for governor, like I was telling you. And we were talking about oh, no, it wasn't him. It was the one before. All right, so one of my guests today, we were talking about essentially the way things are changing for how people live. Because 20, 30, 40 years ago, you could have a job, like a 9-to-5 job, expect to retire in 30 years and live comfortably.
Yes.
But nowadays, that's not how it can function because of the changes in the market and technology and the internet and stuff like that. You almost have to be an entrepreneur to be middle class. So whether that means you have a full-time job that you do work, but then that side income becomes incredibly important. So it's changing. So I like when you bring this up, because I think more and more that's what we're going to start seeing, is you're going to have a second stream of income to even be considered middle.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think with the millennials, they've now seen their parents and grandparents not have that steady, income. So they're not looking at getting a job for a career. They now know that there isn't such thing as a job that you're going to retire from with a watch. It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Pensions, it's all over the news. Pensions are starting to go belly up all over the place. Unions, just as corrupt as any other government entity, So it's like the old way of doing things is kind of starting to fizzle out. So that's why I said earlier, old school business is kind of, people look at it because it's been there, it's traditional, but it's also prone to a lot of corruption and stuff. And then you get companies like these network marketers and stuff where, like I said, they do a lot for people, and because you have to, because the entire structure is based on people.
Right.
And so I think there's a lot there moving forward, and I think it's easy to brush it aside because that's what people usually do, so
It's true. I mean, we are what we call a volunteer army,
Yeah.
right? So I have a wonderful team. I have the way our business is set up, we work collaboratively with each other, even if we're not financially benefiting from each other.
Yeah.
So that's unique in Niken, but some companies do that and some companies don't. I know that I have this huge network of people that I can call on, and we're all there to help each other for the greater good.
Yeah.
Which is a wonderful, fresh air look at living your life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I think we've been talking about money for a while now. Is there anything else you wanted to kind of jump into a little bit with your stuff?
I think for people who are looking for ways to maintain their health, if they have good health, like now I look at from prevention standpoint.
Yeah.
The products are non-medical that I offer, but they really do help with improving sleep.
Okay.
We have a whole sleep system that
Yeah.
allows you to recover. Plug your phone in at night. Well, I plug myself into an environment that helps me recharge. So all of our products are very easy to integrate into one's home, one's office, one's car, and they're safe, effective solutions. So the people that are looking for ways that they can work in conjunction with more traditional ways of living, but I look at it as a way to prevent things from happening in the future and just help keep that edge.
Yeah.
We work with a lot of athletes too, so it doesn't matter how old you are. The youngest people we've worked with is my new cousin, when he was an infant, to my 99-year-old friend who, anywhere in between.
Yeah.
And
Sweet.
Animals too.
Okay. Well, they'll need sleep and health too, so.
Oh, they do.
Yeah. That's pretty good. So people that want to reach out, learn a little more, get in touch with you, how do they do it?
My website is Suzanne M, as in Marie, Steele.com. Cell phone is 603-505-1660. Or you can send me an email at info@SuzanneMSteele.com.
Awesome. Thank you for coming on the show. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for watching. We're going to have the last word from our sponsors, and everyone have a good day. That's it for today, everyone, but it doesn't have to end there. Head over to iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or iHeartRadio to get more from New Hampshire's top entrepreneurs.